Hello my friends and welcome back to JP Gaming, and in this video we're going to be looking at the top 5 wrestling games of all time. So as always, this is my favourite list. There's probably going to be some missing. There's been a lot of wrestling games over the years, some good, some not so good obviously. So if there's any missing, if there's anything you really wanted to see in the list, or if there's anything you don't agree with, hit me up in the comments below and let me know what you would have added or what you would have taken away. So this list is going to span all platforms, so let's jump right into it. So straight in at number 5 we've got WCW vs NWO Revenge. Now this was the follow up to WCW vs NWO World Tour. It was published by THQ and it's part of a legendary set of games for the N64. The WCW games came first and they were closely followed by the WWF games. What can I say, these games were fantastic. The gameplay was absolutely phenomenal, and even to this day they're still some of my favourite wrestling games. I wasn't a huge WCW fan, but this game made me want to go out and buy an N64, and that's exactly what I did. I still play it today. In at number 4 we've got WWF WrestleQuest. This was an arcade game and I love this game. I still regularly play it today if I can. Every time I go to like a retro arcade, if they've got WrestleFest in there, I'll jump on it. You can play the tag team tournament or you can play the Royal Rumble. I used to love playing a tag team, Ultimate Warrior, Mr. Perfect, teaming up all the way to the end. You fight LOD at the end, you get your tag titles, and then you just keep going until you lose basically. I could always get to the end with 1 credit. I absolutely love this game. It looks awesome, it still looks great today. The Royal Rumble was brilliant. Playing as Ultimate Warrior, throwing everyone out of the ring. What a game. I really wish that they would have released this on home consoles back in the day. I absolutely was in love with this as a kid. I was a huge WWF fan at this point, and every time I went to the arcades I just used to put so much money in this and just play it for hours and hours and hours. WWF WrestleFest number 4, what a banger. In at number 3 we've got Total Extreme Wrestling. Now I'm just doing this as a complete series rather than an individual entry, because they're all just sort of like incremental updates with new features, etc. But these are wrestling booking sims, and there was a few of these back in the day. There was Extreme Warfare Revenge as well that was very good. You could even go in, download community updates, you get your own scenarios. You could download the Attitude Era, you could download a current day roster, you could get one from back in the day with Hulk Hogan. You could pick what fed you want to run. You could be ECW, you could be TNA, you could be WWE, you could be Progress Wrestling or Rev Pro from the UK, or you could just start up your own company. You would get TV deals, you had to sign wrestlers, sign them up to contracts, make your own championship belts, make your own feuds, pick the results. It's fantastic. I had loads and loads of fun playing this. These are great games, and I know they're not traditional wrestling games in the sense of computer games, they're more management games, but they're still a wrestling game and they're so much fun. They're very popular. If you're a big fan of say something like Football Manager and you like that kind of management game and you're a wrestling fan and you've got access to a PC, go and check one of these out. They're fantastic. There hasn't been a new entry for a couple of years. I wish we had a new one, but they're so much fun. In at number 2 we've got WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain for the PS2. What a great game, one of the best in the SmackDown series. It was the first to introduce individual stats to each character, so say power, stamina, speed, etc. A mainstay of all wrestling games to come. It was the first one that had the elimination chamber as well. It had a number of matches, ladder match, table match, etc. It was also the first wrestling game to introduce legends alongside the traditional roster, so it had Roddy Piper, Jimmy Superfly Snooker, etc. And interestingly enough as well, it's the final wrestling game where The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin are active members of the rosters and they're not a Legends character or a Legends DLC pack. WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain is regarded as one of the best wrestling games of all time. That's why it's number 2 on this list. If you haven't checked it out already, go check it out. You can pick it up on the PS2 really cheap nowadays. So in at number 1 we've got none other than WWF No Mercy for the N64, the final game in this great series of N64 games. What can I say, no wrestling game has got close to this game since. It had unlockables, it had a story mode, you could create your own belts, you could create your own factions, you could create your own wrestlers. It had great gameplay, great entrances, good music. It was so good. I absolutely love this game. I know loads of fans probably think this is the best wrestling game as well. Loads of people have wanted wrestling games in this format since. AEW tried it with their wrestling game Fight Forever. Unfortunately, it's not even come close to matching the quality of these games. I spent hours and hours and hours on these as a kid, recreating pay-per-views, taking Stone Cold Steve Austin all the way to the WWF title, making my own character, forming tag teams, joining the Ministry of Darkness. It was so much fun, and if you go and check this game out today, it still holds up well even today, even by modern standards. So that's why WWF No Mercy is my number one. So that was it, and that's my list of the top 5 wrestling games of all time. As I said at the start of the video, if there's any you disagree with, any you wanted to add, let me know in them comments below. And obviously if you've liked what you've seen, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and recommend this channel to all your gaming friends. So that was it for today's video, and until next time, stay safe, play games, have fun, and I'll see you soon. This was JP Gaming, and we are out.